so much for joining us. I'm Daryl Franklin.
And I'm Melanie Townsend. In a stunning move today, Wichita County officials announced all previously declared non-essential businesses can reopen with specific guidelines. And
Lauren Linville was there for the announcement, and she was there as they were announcing the Live Safe, Work Safe order that takes effect at 8 tomorrow morning. Lauren, what are some of these regulations?
Wichita Falls Mayor Stephen Santayana and County Judge Woody Gossam say face coverings and masks like this need to become a part of everyday attire. But not all businesses have to open, especially if state and federal regulations don't allow it. City and county officials are allowing all businesses to get back to work, including restaurants, bars, and retail stores.
So let's try to do this in a spirit of cooperation. We're giving a great deal to our community because you all have done such a good job.
With a little more freedom is going to come a lot more responsibility.
County Judge Woody Gossam and Wichita Falls Mayor Stephen Santayana say this isn't free reign. Residents over the age of 6 must wear a face covering in public, and parents are responsible for children 10 and under. Social distancing and regular disinfecting are a must.
There will be some sort of grace period. We're going to use discretion when it comes to people wearing these masks out in public. Since this order is being enacted quickly.
You can have your family that lives in your household at your table with you, up to 4 people. If you have others come, we want the social distancing. But if you get up and leave your table to go to the restroom, put your mask back on. You're going to pass by other people.
Officials say they're not attempting to override the governor's stay-at-home order, and those who wish to remain closed or must because of licensing are free to do so.
This order is not forcing businesses to open. This order is allowing businesses to open. A lot of people are thinking that I'm forcing them. It's not forcing. I'm not forcing anybody out of their house as well.
The Live Safe, Work Safe order was formed under direction of local health officials, legal departments, and government. They say it can be taken away as quickly as it was signed.
If people don't comply with that and we all of a sudden have spread, then we're going to have to go back and go back to more stringent conditions about sheltering in place.
It's an effort to build crippling businesses back up, with health at the top of the priority list. Governor Greg Abbott plans to make an announcement on Monday about reopening businesses. Now, if you plan to reopen tomorrow under this effect, we want to hear from you. Let us know over at Texomashomepage.com.
Okay, Lauren, thank you.
Now, after today's news conference, questions just poured in from barbers and salon owners about whether they could face penalties or even lose their license if they reopen.
They're wondering if the local order supersedes the closure requirement from the governor and the licensing board that advised them not to open. The city legal department says they'd encourage them to follow the guidance that they received from their licensing board, private attorney, and insurance company. The legal department goes on to say that they are within their rights, though, and that the local order is not in conflict because the governor's order said people should avoid salons, gyms, and other places, but does not prohibit visits.
So on the city's Facebook page, a statement said, to clarify regarding businesses that have state licenses, the city is not attempting to override the governor's order, which is currently still in effect. Once the state allows these businesses to open, the city and county will already have implemented the local order, and therefore they will be in agreement with the state. Now, the city also advises any owners with questions, please consult your attorney or licensing board before you go ahead and decide to open. And Judge Woody Gossam says he recommends that your business should still stay closed and to listen to your licensing board.
Also tonight, during an interview with the governor down in Austin, Wichita County came up when asked about his thoughts on areas like ours opening up certain businesses. He said that is not consistent with the order currently in place and is inconsistent with what the CDC has mandated.
That's right. In other news tonight, elective surgeries, cardiology procedures, and interventional imaging procedures will safely resume at United Regional starting Wednesday, April 29th. However, hospital officials say if they start to see a surge of COVID-19 patients and if their PPE levels drop, they will immediately decrease the number of elective procedures once again. Certain safety measures will also go into effect. They have limited visitors and personal caregivers to 1 per patient. COVID patients or possible COVID patients may not have visitors at all. All visitors and staff members will be screened before entering, and starting tomorrow, everyone must wear a face mask or a face covering when they come to the hospital.